Welcome everyone, this is Zozo Stockwatch, and this is your Stockwatch list for Thursday, August 24th. Sorry for the lateness of this video. We had a soccer game, the big game. We lost though. Oh well, we'll get them next year. So let's talk about the SPY. SPY, we had a big pop yesterday, and as expected, we had a little bit of a sell-off today. We are back below the 50 SMA on the daily on the SPY. I didn't think the sell-off would be that much today, but we did have, a good size sell-off today. I think the Dow was down over 100 points. Yesterday we were up 200 points, and yeah, the Dow was down 87, and the transports were down 114. So a little more selling in the transports than I thought we'd have. So I'll go into that in a second. So that was a little bit concerning to see that. As far as the other markets, we'll go ahead and go around the horn a little bit and take a look. Let's start with the transports. Like we said, the IYT. And we popped up, we got up to the 200 SMA, and then we're right back down to that 163 area on the transports. Going back to the SPY, the SPY closed at 244.56, and we're trading. Well, right now it's 9:30, so I was watching this selling going on after the close tonight. So we went all the way down to 243.89 in the after hours on the SPY. So that's a little bit deceiving. 244, we're actually 243.89. So that was your SPY and after hours, and you see the selling that came in at the close, and then it continued on into the after hours. The next one, we'll take a look at the IBB. And that's still below the 50 SMA. Next one, take a look at the Qs, the ever important Qs. And we're still stuck below the 20 SMA. We came up to it yesterday. We hit it, and we couldn't get back up there. And we pulled back from it now. We're still holding the 5 EMA, the white dotted line there on the Qs. Some of the, stocks that you want to watch with the Qs. I mean, Facebook's still holding up pretty well. Holding that 166 spot. Apple, still above the 5 EMA. Apple, looking strong here, trying to take out that 160 and hold above it. Take a look at Netflix. That one, still holding this 50, this big battle going on here at the 50 SMA on Netflix. And Tesla, we did get a beautiful bounce here in Tesla, and we pushed up all the way to the 10 SMA. And currently that's acting as resistance for Tesla, but a big pop in Tesla back over the 50 SMA, the yellow line you see there. As far as Amazon, still below the 100 SMA. Looks kind of bear flaggish a little bit here on Amazon. And Google, trying to recover here back above the 100 SMA. So we'll see if Amazon can do the same thing and recapture this 100 SMA. They never took out these lows here around that 940 spot. So, we'll see if they want to turn this one back up on Amazon. The dollar remains on the weak side. Dollar can't get going here, and TLT keeps moving up, which means when that's moving up, rates are moving down. So TLT, pushing up. So that means rates are moving down. And let's take a look at some banks here. JP Morgan, they gave back some of their gains. Citigroup couldn't get back above the 20. Bank America, also below the 20 and the 50 SMA on Bank America. What else did I want to go over? SLX is strong today, steel sector. So SLX moving up. XME, saw this moving up also today on the XME, and that's the metals and the mining ETF. Let's see, what else did I want to look at? We'll take a look at some other stocks. Starbucks, trying to get back over the 20 SMA. So far, no luck. Disney still kind of looks kind of like a bear flag. You know, if it breaks down this, the lows here, 100, call it, you know, 101, 150. You know, if it breaks that down, you might think there'll be more continuation to the downside on Disney. What else did I want to look at? Nike. Also moving down, UA, Under Armour, you know, nothing going on there at all. I mean, even if you look at UAA, still nothing going on. Stock's been decimated from 44 down to $16, you know, so longs that been holding it up here from 48 all the way down to 16, and you know that happens, right? You know, the cardinal rule is when a stock gets below the 200 and stays below the 200 SMA, which is the green line here, you should really consider, you know, getting out of that stock, you know. So UA very weak. Now if you look at LULU, which is on my stocks to watch list tonight, that one, you know, holding up pretty strong. So LULU looking okay, just needs to recapture the 20 SMA on LULU. And CMG, still headed down on CMG. Take a look at the weekly. I mean, just, you know, absolutely destroyed here from 750 down to 300. So, you know, hey, let's try it here. You know, it's down $100. Nope. Let's try it here. It's down $200. Nope. Let's try it here. Oh, it's bouncing up. Let's get into it. And then, you know, look at that. You know, just utter weakness, and just cannot bounce and hold a bounce. We went over Facebook and Apple. Did we look at, yeah, we looked at Starbucks also, and we'll go back to the daily on Starbucks. At least this one's turning back up. You know, just needs to get back over the 20 SMA for Starbucks. So let's go ahead, we'll go over some of the earnings that came out after the bell here, and some earnings that came out, and I'll just go over them really quick. There was a couple of big ones. I think there was Williams-Sonoma. All right, so we had LCI, and this one missed by 15 cents and missed on revenue, but they pushed the stock up. So I guess it was better than what they were looking for on that. So that's LCI. They came out after the bell. CO, they also reported earnings. Now this stock has been strong as heck, and look at this big push up in CO, and so that's flagging. So you might want to keep this one on watch. But that's a big move up on CO. That thing is very strong. LTRX, that came out, beat by 2 cents, beat on revenue, and that popped up also. Communication equipment on LTRX. Doesn't look like a lot of volume though, so that beat by 2 cents and beat on revenue. PVH, they upped their guidance, and so there was a big pop in this one. And they're clearly, you know, winners here, because no matter what, they supply the clothes, so they can sell them anywhere on Amazon or anywhere. So this one seems to, you know, be surviving the Amazon, you know, takeover. And so big pop there with the upping of the guidance and flagging in the after hours. Williams-Sonoma, that was the one. They came out with earnings after the bell, and they beat by 2 cents, revenue in line. GES, this was another retail winner after the bell, beat by 9 cents and beat by on revenue. So GES, a lot of shorts in this name. You see the big pop up. So that one might be interesting for tomorrow if it can continue on GES. So keep that one in mind. And that's not even on my watch list, but and then that's pretty much it. Oh, there was this other one. That's it. This was the one I want to talk about. TLYS, another retailer. They beat by 6 cents and they beat on revenue. TLYS. So you see the gap up there. Came out at 1035. So we're up here on that name. So see if this can continue in the morning. TLYS, one of the names with the earnings after the bell. As far as tomorrow goes, let's take a quick look at the futures. It is about 9:34 my time. Dow futures down about 6, SPY's down about 1, and the NASDAQ futures down about 4. We'll go right into top gainers. You can see those here: CGG, ITCI, SQNS, PRTK. I think they're putting themselves up for sale. That was the news there. EXPR was earnings, and so that one did well. And let's see, BZUN, SSW, AEO also had earnings today. FENG. Some top losers today: Lazy Boy, they had earnings. CVM, CNTF, I believe this was an offering. Rare got clobbered today. Born, EVLV, they had earnings, and Pets also got hit today on PETS. If we go to the market wrap letter, courtesy of the trade exchange, you see the call activity, unusual call activity in AMD, BHGE, Sienna, CIEN, Dean Foods, IMMU, Kroger's, Meat, OCLR, and this popped really big today. Qualcomm, Snap, TGTX, and Val. Those were some of your unusual options. As far as your unusual puts, we had AKS, HTZ, Sprint, UNIT, and lastly USG for some of your put activity unusual. For your calendar for tomorrow, let's see, some companies reporting earnings tomorrow. Before the bell: ANF, CM, Dollar Tree, DLTR, FLWS, NADL, also NOMD, Perry, PERY, SAFM, SDLP, SJM, and Staples, SPLF, Tiffany, and Tuesday, TUES. After the bell, we have Autodesk, ADSK, AVGO. This is a big one for tomorrow for the semis. Broadcade, GME, Marvel, another semi name there. PSTG, Splunk, SPLK, Ulta, big name. VEEV, excuse me, and VMware, VMW. So those are some of your names reporting earnings tomorrow after the bell. For your economic information, 8:30 initial jobless claims, 9:45 PMI, 10 o'clock existing home sales, the EIA natural gas report, also 11 o'clock Kansas City Fed manufacturing index. Japan CPI comes out tomorrow night. The Jackson Hole economic policy starts, and Janet Yellen will be speaking at 10 o'clock a.m. on Friday the 25th, and Mario Draghi will be speaking at 3 o'clock on Friday, so August 25th. So remember those dates, and here it is here: 10 o'clock Fed speak, Janet Yellen. So that's Friday though, but it does start. Jackson Hole Economic Policy Symposium starts Thursday the 24th. So there's your economic information. If we go right into our earnings calls, and we'll go to Thursday. Okay, and this is courtesy of Earnings Cast. So for Thursday, you see the earnings calls. 8 o'clock, you have that CO. Signa Jewelers at 8:30, NOMD, and the list: ANF, Tiffany's, SJM, that's SJM Smucker, JM Smucker Company. Also, if I'll scroll down, you have Dollar Tree at 9 o'clock. Also, we have PDCO at 10 a.m. For the 11 o'clock hour, you see them listed here. And then in the afternoon, you have Splunk, VEEV, OSIS, Marvel, MRVL. So busy day tomorrow, very busy day. GameStop, GME, Ulta, Salon, VMware, AVGO on conference call 5 o'clock. So there's your conference calls and information for tomorrow, and that's at that earnings cast. So keep an eye on that. So let's go ahead and do some quick news that came out after the bell. Boeing lower on losing future contract to develop cruise missiles. So let's take a look at that on Boeing. So that'll affect the Dow, and you see Boeing was down after the bell. We had MCRN CEO purchased 65,000 shares. DKS director purchased 20K. Some other names: GE director purchased 100K. XNCR 10% owners, Stratford. What else? Anything else standing out as far as purchases? NXEO 10% owner, First Pacific purchased 162,000 at $7.30. And you can see the other ones. We got two here for MATX director and CFO, a couple of purchases there. As far as some syndicate news, GLPW announces 10 million expansion of term loan. Hershey Company agrees to purchase common stock. SCM filed Form 497, 50 million common stock distribution. TCMD filed Form S3, and WSO filed 42B5, 250 million stock sales agreement. And let me just scroll through real quick. We talked about LCI. We went over the earnings. So that's pretty much it for news after the bell. We had some earnings, and then your top purchases after the bell that came out. So catch you up there with the news. So here's your stock watch list for tomorrow. I'll give you a nice mixture of stocks. Keep your eye on this BSTG. It's an under, $1 name, actually under a 50-cent name if you like to play these, but had close to 5 million shares traded in the name. Next one up is CIEN, Sienna. The Nigerians, we're talking about this one on CNBC Fast Money, and you see the pop here, and it was on unusual call activity, so maybe over that 24 would like a red to green move. 4.4 million shares. Oil was up today, so CLR goes on watch. The high today on CLR was 33.75. We closed 33.49. So 33.65 might be enough to get that one going. Let's just take a quick look at the USO today. That did pop, still trying to get back over the 100 SMA on the oil. XOIL, which is light sweet crude, WTI, also popped today, and that was after the EIA petroleum numbers that came out at 10:30 today. So nice pop on oil. Now let's see if they can continue it. The OIH, as far as the oil goes, trying to get back above the 10 SMA. Some names there: Schlumberger, Halliburton, Rig are some of the names that are making up that OIH, and you see they are trying to turn the corner maybe, so but still a lot of work to do in those names. Next up, since we had steel, and I talked about AA the other day, and that gave us a nice big pop on AA. So this CSTM, looking for this one to continue. This is a aluminum play, a little bit lighter on the volume, 600,000 shares, but you can see here if we can get over maybe that 1055 spot, might be a possible swing trade on this one. GoPro, nice pop, recovery off of the 150 SMA, popping up, trying to get over that 925. The high on the name was a 928, so maybe over 930 you might get a continuation move on GoPro. It is above the 200 SMA, so haven't seen that in a while. That GoPro has been above the 200 SMA, so it might be interesting. MINP, big pop in this name, 7.5 million shares, so maybe it'll set up intraday. So a lot of buying, just sold off, to be expected. Stock was up 83%, so we'll see if we get a pullback in this IMNP. ITEK, nice pop. You might want to fill this gap down here. Looks like it needs to get over like $1.10, $1.12, and maybe a continuation move in ITEK. LOXO, basing here, as you can see. So you can kind of draw your lines here. We're in this channel. Now we're at the top of the channel. The high today was 76.86, so over 77 maybe. Might not happen tomorrow, but is kind of flagging and setting up maybe and turning up. So keep your eye on that. Just the volume is kind of light on this one. Only 145,000 shares. That's one thing I don't like about it. LULU, like I showed you this one before, holding up nicely above the 50. Out of the athletic apparel sector, this one is the strongest. Looks like it just needs to get over that like 60.50. The 20's at 60.64. On this red line here, the 20 SMA 60.64. So you might want to wait for a break of that, or you could try it at 60.50 break. NPTN, this one moved up nicely. Big pop into the close, trying to turn up candle here. The high 611, so watch this one intraday, maybe a little bit of a red to green possible. SGMO trying to turn back up. Bio stock, we spoke about this in previous videos. We came as high as 1075 today, so over 1075, 1055. Keep that one on watch. Soho, we spoke about this one on recent videos. Trying to take out that 56 spot now. We did get over that 55 area, and you know, could make continuation move. Here's SINA, SINA, and BABA, you know, moving up. AABA moving up. WBUA, you know, WABU, nope, I gotta think 58, I think it is. Here we go. WUBA, sorry about that. Big pop in this one, and let's just check JD, not doing much. So this Soho, you know, might want to follow the crowd. Looks like it's starting to break out here. It's getting above the upper, you know, trend line here, so keep your eye on that one. SSW, nice pop, nice volume, looking for a continuation move or possibly a red to green move. Shipping and ports, so keep your eye on that one if you like it. TGTX, looking for this one maybe to take out this 12 spot, right? So we got $12 and over here, so there's your channel, and we're trying to get above that $12 spot. Maybe 1185, 1190 will be enough to clear that out. TGTX, UMC, semi name, we spoke about this one last night, and still holding above the 5 EMA, looking for that 250 break on that name. VAL, nice pop today up here at the highs. This 1050 break, and it could, you know, really get going on VALE, possible. 28 million shares, so it's probably a heavy stock, probably more of a swing trade stock. X, starting to turn the corner. Looks like it may want to take out this 25 spot on US Steel. Like we said, SLX was up today, so X, you know, might want to follow the and move up now. AKS, steel name not as pretty as X, so you know, keep your eye on X for tomorrow. Let's see, STLD, that one popped up, but I think X looks better than that. TMST is another steel stock, but I still say X is the one I'm going to watch, and this one gives nice moves intraday. Chatter around this name, XLNX. So we'll see what they want to do with this one. Maybe we'll get a pullback, but there is it's unconfirmed chatter, you know, one of those chatter rumors. XLNX, big volume came in, so keep that one on watch. XXII, nice pop in this one, and looking for this one to maybe pull back and then give us a continuation move on XXII. Yelp, you see we're kind of flagging out here on the Yelp. And let me bring this over. Whoops. YELP. Okay, there we are. We're back. So this one, you know, needs to take out that 43 area. So still kind of setting up, still holding above the 5. Volume 1.5 million shares today only. So keep your eye on Yelp. I'm just looking at USCO, UNG, not doing much. And was there anything else that I wanted to look at? NVIDIA, still very strong, holding above the 50 SMA. They pulled it back to the 50. Now they're turning it back up on NVIDIA MU. Looking very strong here, trying to take out this 30.50. The high today was 30.74. So these are on my watch list. They're just not listed here. Just giving you guys a few extras. And so keep your eye on that MU. And what else did I have? Anything else? AMD. AMD. Okay, we came down to the 200 SMA here. We held it. We held it. We held it. So we're holding this $12 area. So let's see if we can get maybe a continuation move in AMD. I do believe that is about it. Oh, I know one that I did not show you, and I should show you. And it was on the options list, OCLR. And OCLR, 9.5 million shares, big pop in that one, so you might want to watch this one for tomorrow, OCLR. And I think that's about it. Alright guys, I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for listening. This has been Zozo Stockwatch. This is your video Stockwatch list for August, Thursday, 24th. And good trading tomorrow. If you like these videos, if you're new to the videos, click that like button, click the subscribe button, pass them around to your friends, your family, so everybody can make money. Alright, take care, have a very nice evening, and sorry for the lateness of the video, but I had to go to the big soccer game.